Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Children's Annual Medical Conference. I am Dr. Landon Mohr, and today I will be talking to you about ACL tears and surgeries. Our first point will be why people tear their ACL and the looks of it. The second point will be what happens after you tear your ACL. And the third point will be the reconstruction and recovery of your ACL. First, let's talk about why they tear. Most ACLs tear because the ligament is naturally weak, and it usually happens during sports when you are running, jumping, or cutting, and then simultaneously trying to change direction. According to Medline Plus, women usually tear their ACL more because it's naturally weaker. Let's swell up into the second point. What happens after you tear your ACL? What it looks like. Well, okay, so I have a diagram, and on this part, you can see that they're connected, and on this one, they're not because that is torn. Now let's swell up into the second point. What happens after it tears? When you tear your ACL, it usually swells up, becomes all puffy, and turns purple because of bruising. It doesn't feel good. And it's very painful to apply paint, like weight. Like according to Medline Plus, if you try to walk on or put weight on it, it can give out on you. So they actually put you in a brace like this. It's a knee immobilizer brace, and it like helps with weight, so you don't put weight on that leg, and it keeps it straight because you're not supposed to bend it. Let's put on our scrubs and examine the surgery and recovery rooms. Okay, so they take part of your hamstring to repair your ACL, and that's why I have a scar right here, because that's where they take it from. They take one incision on each side of your knee for the tools, and then they use a longer incision down the leg to get the graft for your hamstring to repair it. They actually put bolts in your fibia or your tibia and your femur, because that's where the ACL is connected and the bone grows over it. You don't really feel it after a while. It just is there. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine Library, it's about a 6-hour-long procedure. It sucks. They usually put you under with anesthesia, but they also can use a spinal block, which is when you're awake, so you can't feel it from the waist down, but you can see what they're doing. I didn't get that because I didn't want that. That's crazy. I'm not going to watch them do that. But yeah, it's not fun. And then we can go to the recovery. That's my knee, by the way. It looks gross. But then they stitch it and put it in this brace, which has two settings to show you, like, because at first it's set at 0, and then they change it during physical therapy so you can bend it more, because naturally it's just easier. But you usually go to physical therapy for about a year to strengthen it, and usually at first they have you doing like bending on the wall, bending and straightening. Then they start you with walking mechanics because you haven't been walking on it for a long time, so you don't walk on it. And then yeah, and then they start you doing like one-legged jumps and stuff to strengthen the hamstring and the ACL, which it's painful sometimes. It takes a long time to recover. I mean, I went through both of them already. So, and then let's go to our preview of points, where we talked about why an ACL tears and what it looks like in point 1. And then we swelled up in point 2 about what happens after you tear your ACL. And then we put on our scrubs and examined point 3, examining the reconstruction and recovery of your ACL. Thank you all for coming and listening to me at this medical conference, and try not to tear your ACL on the way out because I'm booked for surgeries for the rest of the day. Thank you.